Galvan?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest in each of these cause numbers. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. The state opposes your applications and each cause number. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
I have, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Any objections to the PSI report?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses?
Judge, I think I'd like to call Mr. Galvan's mother just to
Sure.
talk about something that came up in PSI.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
I'm Ruby Galvan.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Ms. Galvan, first thing I want to start with is, have you ever had difficulty with Camilis in terms of him violating the law, like what happened in this situation?
No, sir.
From the time he was a juvenile up until becoming an adult, has he given you trouble at home?
No, he has not.
Okay, so was this situation a surprise to you and the family when you found out that he'd gotten arrested?
Yes, it was a big surprise to me.
Okay. Since he's been on bond, has he followed all the rules of the court?
Yes, he has.
Okay. And how long has it been since we've been litigating this case?
This month will be 2 years now.
Okay. And has he complied with all the conditions of his probation? I mean, his pretrial,
Yes, he has,
including the monitor?
including the monitor.
Has he had the monitor the entire time that he's been out of custody?
No, sir.
So when did it go on? They put it on?
They put it on as soon as everything happened, so possibly he was on monitor for about 2 weeks, if I can recall.
Okay. So I'm talking about the ankle monitor that he has on his leg.
He does not have an ankle monitor.
Okay. I was confused with that. Okay. How long did he spend in jail before he was released on bond?
From what I recall, it was about 5 or 6 months.
Was that done intentionally by you and his father so he would learn a lesson, or was there a reason why he stayed in jail that long?
So I've never gotten in trouble with the law. So when I'm raising my boys, I told them, you know, your choices are your own. Like, they're not mine. Don't put, like, never put that on me. But I did tell them that. I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Did y'all purposely leave him in jail for a while before you bonded him out?
Yes, so I told his father that he did need to learn his lesson because he didn't have a reason to run away from the police. He had a driver's license. He had just graduated. That's why he got a vehicle. We bought him a vehicle. And prior to that, somebody had took his license plate from the back and we had made a police report that he couldn't drive the car until we got a new license plate, and he didn't follow that. He didn't listen to me when he told him to not drive that vehicle.
So the only issue that was going on that day was that the car that he was driving didn't have the correct plates on it.
Yeah, it was missing a plate in the back.
And it wasn't because the car wasn't legal or registered, because somebody stole the plate.
Yeah, somebody stole the plate. It wasn't, none of that was the reason.
And you had asked him to not use the car until that got fixed.
Correct, because we made a police report about the license plate missing in the back.
Okay. Now, has there been an incident in the past where a family member of his or somebody close to him had some bad experiences with the police?
Well, we have a family history with my siblings, and it's just my side of the family. They're always doing things that they're not supposed to be doing.
Okay. Well, there's a particular reason, if you know, why Camilis might have been afraid to have an interaction with a police officer.
Yeah, so he always hears about, just on TV, I guess, what they watch on the social media, that, officers shooting individuals for no reason, sometimes just things like that.
Okay, but nothing of personal experience on his part, because he's never been in trouble with the law. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did you know that he was with his cousin that day?
No, I did not. I was at work.
Okay, so was his cousin supposed to be with him, or was his cousin supposed to be in school?
His cousin was supposed to be at school his cousin lived nearby, but his cousin was supposed to be at school testing, I believe.
Okay, and so that's another thing that maybe he didn't want to get discovered, that basically his cousin was playing hooky and he was helping him do that.
That's not what it was. My nephew had been back and forth for the past week. I guess his parent had kicked him out and he was staying at a cousin's house nearby. And I know that they had been seeing him during that week, just driving him back and forth to school.
So Camilis was doing him a favor to get him to school.
Correct.
Okay. To your knowledge, had he been using any substances or drinking or anything like that when he was driving that day?
No,
Okay. And he still didn't show him a time.
correct.
Okay. Now, I've read in the PSI report that you might be undergoing some medical issues at this time. Is that right?
That's correct.
Can you tell the judge about that?
Oh yeah, in September, I got Bell's palsy, so the right side of my face went totally paralyzed all the way down to my neck. So I'm still going through therapy and all that for that
Okay.
reason.
Has Camilis been helping you with that?
Oh yeah, he's been driving me to all my therapy appointments. I just went back to work in February, so with my little things here and there, he'll drive me to work and back. But I'm able to drive myself now. But when everything happened, I couldn't even speak. Most of my vision was very blurry and always running, like my eyes was tearing a lot. So he did a lot of driving for me.
If he's granted probation by this court, is he allowed to continue to live in your home?
Oh yes, me and his father fully support him.
Are you confident that he will comply with any conditions imposed by the court?
Oh yes, he will. He's been doing that for the past 2 years now.
Anything else about him that you would like the court to know before she makes her decision about what to do with his case?
Camilis was 18 at the time, and I know that, his thought process is still pretty young. He's still young. He's about to be 21 in July. He's done everything that he was supposed to do when he was in high school. He's graduated. I'm really proud of him because coming from a family of 10, I was the first to graduate. I was, the 10. I was child number 6, and I always wanted my son to kind of follow my footsteps. And he's my firstborn, so he graduated like he was supposed to. So he's never done anything bad. He's always helping the neighborhood, helping the neighbors. All the kids play basketball in front of our house because they're good role models. So that's how I raised them to be.
That's witness judge.
State.
Ms. Galvan, so you stated the car that your son was driving on the date of the offense, that was the car that you and his father bought him?
That's correct. Yeah, I remember graduating.
Okay, and so there was an incident there, you didn't have a license plate, is that correct?
Correct. That was the week prior. We had a police report that was missing.
Okay, and so if I'm understanding correctly, you had instructed him to not drive the motor vehicle until you were able to obtain the new plates, and he did not follow your instructions.
That's correct.
Okay. Now regarding his cousin Damian Borjas, are they related through you or through your husband?
They're related to my sister, my son.
Okay, so Damian is your blood nephew.
Correct.
Okay, and he was 16 years old at the time, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and so I guess he was kind of down and out at the time, right? Because he got kicked out, he didn't have a place to stay, right?
Mhm.
And have you heard that your son Camilis initially instructed Damian to lie and say that he was the one driving because he was a juvenile, and Camilis thought that the law would be easier on him for punishment? Were you aware of that?
At the time, I was not until everything happened, and then I was very sad to hear that my nephew was in juvenile, knowing the fact that the situation was already in that week, getting kicked out. My sister hasn't been in his life since he's been since his father got custody of him, so that made me really sad.
And I guess as a result of that, even though Damian wasn't driving, he had to stay in juvenile from May to August of 2023 until the authorities were able to further investigate and determine that Camilis was the driver of the vehicle. Were you aware of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at the time of the offense, was Camilis living with you?
That's correct.
Okay, and was he working?
Yes, he was working at Foot Locker.
Okay, And I guess, do you know why he was not at work that day or what was he supposed to be doing instead of what was going on?
So he was supposed to be home. I don't think he was working on that day. Usually my sibling was the one picking up Damien back and forth that week.
Okay.
And, I guess he knew that Damien needed to do STAR testing. I think so. I guess that's when he decided to go do it close by, it was nearby. From what I.
And again, have you had an opportunity to review any of the evidence in this case?
We saw a few of the videos.
Okay, and so are you aware of the injuries that the deputy sustained from the collision?
We did see some old video of him, getting carried away, I think something on his knee.
Yeah, you had some lessons. Correct.
I'm not sure what that is.
Do you recall if he was bleeding from anywhere?
I think it's great.
So did you see the video where he was maybe hit and he was having issues breathing because he blacked out from the impact?
No, I did not.
I mean, do you think that's fair that he had to sustain that just because Camilis didn't feel like stopping and obeying the authorities on that day?
No, I did not.
Ms. Galvan, eventually the police came back and they tried to sort out who was driving the vehicle, correct?
That's correct.
And at some point, Camilis admitted that he was the one that was driving.
That's correct.
Is that right? So that his nephew wouldn't get stuck being prosecuted for something he didn't do.
That's correct.
And Camilis didn't do that because somebody forced him to. He volunteered to tell them, yes, it was me that was driving, it wasn't him.
Yes, that's correct. I always told him to speak the truth.
And in fact, when he did that, he probably didn't even have a lawyer at the time.
That is correct. We did not have a lawyer yet. We didn't have the funds to get a lawyer.
Do you remember what the circumstances were as to, did the police call him in for questioning? Did he go to their office? How did that happen?
I was at work again that day and the police came, so he was supposed to do, I guess, UA that day, and they called him in to question him. That's.
So he went down to the pretrial to give a UA,
Mhm.
and then the police decided to take advantage of that and question him about the case.
That's correct.
And it was in that setting, he didn't have a lawyer, correct?
That's correct.
And he voluntarily told them, hey, it was me driving, not my cousin.
That's correct.
And did Camilis relate that to you and his father after that happened?
Yes.
Okay. Does it surprise you that he did the right thing and admitted his responsibility in this case?
It didn't surprise me that he did the right thing. He knows that he needed to do the right thing.
Okay. And so you're perfectly fine with him doing that?
Well, not that they questioned him without a lawyer. You know, I wasn't okay with that.
Okay. But